guys, welcome to the last Friday Waffle for 2017. I hope you have had a good Christmas. As is always the case, I always think it's a bit of an anticlimax, the whole Christmas thing. I mean, I do enjoy the day, but you know, the whole build-up to Christmas, it really does seem to get earlier and earlier. I mean, it seems to kind of start October time, and then Christmas Day arrives, and then the very next day people are back to work, and that is it, finished. It just seems to kind of end very, very abruptly. But anyway, yeah, I've been off work. I was off today, yesterday, and the day before. What would that be? 27th, 28th, and 29th. So I've got to say, I've really enjoyed not being at work. I've been getting up stupidly late. I mean, I've been getting up about 10 o'clock, 10:30, which to me is a really long lie. But it's been great. It's been great just doing nothing, doing absolutely nothing. I was at a run, had a really good run yesterday. I went away up the hills, Pentland Hills, plenty of snow, plenty of ice, beautiful, really, really nice. Just back for taking the dogs a walk, just enjoyed doing nothing, just chilling out, watching crap on TV, eating way too much. Yeah, so like I said, I hope you had a good weekend, a good Christmas. Thanks to everybody that took part in my little quiz that I put out last week. Like I said, it was all just a bit of fun. I personally thought it was too easy, but you know what? When you've got the knowledge of answers, then it's obviously going to be easy. I think quite a few people got virtually them all right. I didn't check everybody's answers, but what I'll do is I'll put all answers in the comments section. In fact, I'll put the answers in the description of this video so you can check out how you got on. But hi, so Christmas, did I get anything decent? We originally were going to get, I think I mentioned this before, my wife and I were going to get Peter Kay tickets for our Christmas, and it was cancelled. You know, he's for personal reasons, so we didn't spend a great deal on each other. You know, we spent probably way too much on my daughter, as tends to be the way. I mean, she got a really good gaming computer. I was worried that because it was going to be using a wireless doohickey thing for online gaming, I was a wee bit concerned that, you know, it wasn't going to be adequate. But she's been playing it since Christmas Day, and I've got to say, I'm actually really impressed with the PC. I mean, it's an i5 processor. I don't know what kind of graphics card is in it. I think it's on a par, if not slightly more powerful than the card that I've got. But she's really happy. It works really, really well, even with a wireless. So that's good. So it means that I've kind of got my computer back again, which should make a bit of difference, because it was becoming a bit of a problem. You know, she would want to play Overwatch, and I'm trying to do videos, and what tended to happen was she would be playing the computer up till maybe like 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, and then I was getting on at 10 o'clock, you know, and then going to my bed way too late. So it's good. I feel like I've also got a computer for my Christmas, because I can now get access to my own PC again. So so I don't suppose I could do this and not kind of like talk about this year personally, and also what's been going on in the world. I mean, for me personally, it's been an okay year. Yeah, the job wise has been mega busy, and obviously it's all going to change next March. The company I work for is no longer going to be on the contract that I work on, so it's going to be a new company I'm going to be working for. What I'm going to be doing, I presume I'll be doing the same job, but where I'm going to be working about and what capacity, I've got really no idea. So yeah, it's all a wee bit uncertain. Next March. Oh, you know what it is? It's I've got my my Garmin running watch, and stop it, and it picks up. I've got it synced to Facebook. I don't know why. I'm not interested in getting Facebook notifications. I'll need to switch that off. But every time I get a notification on Facebook, the stupid thing starts vibrating. But so what was I talking about? Yeah, so job wise, it's going to be changing. Wait a minute, that's going to annoy me. Who is trying to get a hold of me? What is that saying? Alright, okay, right, that's fine. Aye, so my job's going to be changing. We'll see what happens there. But from a personal point of view, the channel's doing pretty well. Yeah, it seemed to stall about the 1,680 subscribers, and it would go slightly above that, then go down, and I was kind of stuck at that for probably about a month. But I noticed in the last few days it's kind of jumped up a wee bit. I think because I put out that video for Horus and the Robots, that's got a bit of attention. I mean, it's over 400 views already, and that's not even a day it's been out. Or it is a day, I should say. So I think that's probably got a few people. But yeah, I was kind of hoping at the middle of the year that I might break the 2,000 subscriber mark, but I'm well short of that. Still 300 short of that. But as I always said, it's not about subscribers. It's about the interaction with people. And you know, on that capacity, I think the channel's doing really well. I mean, I've got a core number of viewers that interact with me. They give me comments, they give me ideas, they give me questions to talk about every month. So that to me is really, really important. Still enjoying the channel. Yeah, I do go through phases where I think something's got to change because it can become dull. I mean, I don't want to be one of these channels that just goes through the motions, putting out the same type of videos all the time. So that's why I'm always kind of trying to come up with new ideas. If you've got any ideas that you'd like to see me have a crack at, please let me know, because I'm always open for any suggestions at all. But yeah, from a world's point of view, I don't know. I don't think I should even get into that. I mean, the old Donald Trump, North Korea, all that nonsense, terrorism. Yeah, it's not a good place. It's not a good place at the moment. It's funny when you look back at when you think back to like the 80s and that kind of thing. Everything seemed so innocent compared to what it is now. I don't know whether that's because I'm getting older. I don't know, but aye. Anyway, I'm not going to touch on that in this video. I think there's plenty of other channels and websites you can go on if you want to kind of talk about misery and doom in the world in general. But aye, so gaming wise, what have I been doing? What have I been playing? I eventually completed the Old Order, the Wolfenstein, the Old Order. For my Christmas, I'm not even going to bother getting it down, I got Call of Duty World War II. Now, I'm not a Call of Duty fan at all, but when I saw that it was going back to its roots, in other words, going back to the World War II, I knew then I need to get this, because, you know, there's something about being able to take part in the war set back then. I don't know what it is. I suppose in some ways it's quite a good way to experience what all these veterans actually went through. You know, it's easy to forget just how brutal, you know, it must have been for these guys. I know I'm not comparing playing a video game as anywhere near what it would be in real life. Of course it wouldn't be, but I think the video games now, they're so realistic that I think it gives you a flavour for just what it would have been like, you know. But I've never been one for the kind of modern Call of Duties, but really looking forward to playing that. I think that'll be the next game I'm going to play. Anything else? eBay wise, quite annoying. I bought myself a friend gave me a PSP 3000, which was the third version. It was like the PSP Slim. It's got a better screen, a lot lighter. Unfortunately, the screen that came with it wasn't working, but he included a spare screen. I stuck the spare screen in to find it didn't work. So I bought another screen on eBay and I tried it. Perfect. Excellent. Thumbs up, I thought. Tried it today and it's got a big massive black bit at the bottom. So I think I don't think it's the screen that's at fault. I think it's the actual PSP unit itself. But I also, before I got that one for nothing, but I got it for the price of postage, I'd ordered another PSP 3000 from a guy in Arbroath, no less, which is in Scotland. Paid for it on the 18th of December. It was supposed to be here by the 22nd, 23rd, I think it is. Still not got it. I mean, it's now the 29th. So it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow that he posted it. Now, the annoying thing was I contacted him on the 23rd, I think it was, and he got back and said that he'd posted it and I was to let him know if it arrived. Well, I've sent him 3 messages since then and I've not had any reply. So, unfortunately, I think it's going to go down the road of contacting eBay and they're going to have to get the money back, because I don't think it's going to arrive now, not after 2 weeks. I know it's been Christmas, but I've been ordering stuff online and I've received it, so I think that's a goner. But gaming wise, anything else? I've been playing. What have we been playing? I've actually been playing Professor Layton on the Nintendo DS. It's a kind of little puzzle game. It's like little miniature puzzles and that kind of stuff. So that's been quite good fun. That's been it. That's really been it. It's just, apart from, I haven't been doing a great deal of stuff. Just enjoying chilling, not doing very much. That in itself has been great. I'm actually going out tonight, so I'm putting this video out a wee bit early. I'm heading through it. It's a kind of rock disco in Bathgate with one of my mates, so I thought we'll get this done and dusted and get it out early. So anyway, I'm going to batter straight on, guys, with the questions now. I don't have too many. Carol Todd, do you have any games that you only play seasonally, i.e. any games you only play at Christmas or during the winter? I don't think I do, Carol. Nah, I don't. I know there are Christmassy games. You've got things like Fire and Ice on the Amiga. There's various other Christmas games, but I can't say I do. No, I can't say there's any game. I know one of the most popular kind of Christmassy games is it Nutz on the Sega Saturn, which I was never a big fan of. There was a Christmas edition came out. I think it was a freebie actually. That's apparently meant to be a really good Christmas game, but I can't say there is any game that's a seasonal game as such. The only seasonal game I suppose I do play, and it's probably down to watching on TV, is like tennis. You know, I do quite like watching Wimbledon, and usually when I watch it, it puts me in the mood for playing like virtua tennis, whatever. But that's about the only kind of game that I'll play, depending on the time of the year, just because I'm watching it. Number 2, do you have any Christmas demos or animations that you always watch at least once during this time of year? Again, it's got to be a big fat no, Carol. Any Christmas demos or animations? I can't even think of any. Nah, I mean, I'm sure there was probably some in the C64 that I used to watch, but I can't say. No, it's got to be a no again, unfortunately. Number 3, have you ever delayed buying a console until there was a way of playing backups on it? What are you trying to say, like? I don't think I have. Nah, in fact, you know what? I could categorically say I haven't. I mean, I've bought a console that's maybe already had the ability to play backups, but I've never delayed buying one. I mean, most of the consoles now, I'm not talking about the PlayStation 4, but the Sega Dreamcast can play backups straight off the bat. PlayStation, I mean, I bought the PlayStation when it first came out, and then I got it chipped very quickly after it. But nah, I can't say I've ever bought one or delayed buying one just to play backups. But anyway, Carl, listen, sorry for the 2 big fat no's for the first couple of questions, mate, but that's the way it is, unfortunately. Next up is Panther UK. What is, in your opinion, the single greatest invention in the history of video games, and why? You know, it's got to be MAME, the emulator MAME. Multiple arcade machine emulator. Now, the reason for that is because that piece of software has given me the ability to play all these amazing arcade games that I never ever got to play when I was a kid. You know, as I've said before, I live in central Scotland. Arcades weren't really a thing where I stayed. So, but the only time I got to play arcade games would be when I went on holiday. You know, and even then, my mum and dad, we never really went to Blackpool or any of these big seaside resorts with arcades. So, invariably, it was like getting a couple of goes in a service station, something like that. But yeah, all these games, I never got to play them. But you know, yeah, if I had to pick one system, it would have to be MAME. I think it's just an incredible thing that I can play arcade games. I know a lot of people younger than me probably don't really understand why somebody like me gets so excited with MAME, but it's never lost in me the fact that I'm playing an arcade game. And I think back to playing like Space Invaders and Galaxian, you know, in the local chip shop or sports centre, and back then it was like if somebody had told you that, you know, in years to come you will be able to play the actual version at home, you wouldn't have believed them. And so the excitement even now that I get being able to do that is incredible. So yeah, I'm going to go for MAME there, Chris. Thanks for all the hours you put into the channel, mate. When I discovered it back in about February, I was having a bit of a rough time as our family dog was passing away, and the arcade perfects and kerfuffles helped no end to keep me from going crackers. A very Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Meister, Mini Meister and the Fur Meisters. Well, listen, Chris, thanks very much. That's very kind of you. I mean, sorry to hear about your dog, mate. It's excellent when I hear that, you know, me doing what I do has actually helped somebody get through a tough time. So that's really nice of you to see, Chris, and I appreciate all your help and support. Even if you do beat me week in, week out at Words, which is like online Scrabble, Chris usually beats me. I'll have beaten him a couple of times, I think, but it's usually he thrashes me. But anyway, yeah, thanks for the questions, mate. And next, I've got down the rabbit hole. Kev, when I was a kid, we would swap computer discs with games in them and copy away to our heart's content without considering it piracy. But was it? Absolutely, Kev. I would love to say it wasn't, but that was piracy through and through. I mean, I did exactly the same. We all did it. I know maybe some people say they didn't do it. I'm sure most kind of kids, most people that didn't have a big income did it. Did it affect the industry? I'm sure it did. But I used to convince myself that if I didn't have a copy, then I wouldn't have bought it anyway. Therefore, the company is not losing out. Now, I know that doesn't make it right, but that was the way I used to look at things. But yeah, that was 100% copy, and that was piracy. That was, you know, that was probably the most common form of piracy until it became quite big. It became it's quite a commercial thing with the PlayStation, the Commodore Amiga. You could go to like a Sunday market and, you know, buy games for £5. But yeah, that was 100% piracy. Secondly, have you ever played any widescreen games on an old 4x3 TV set, like example Pac-Man Championship Edition? I can't say I have, Kev. No, I mean I've got my two LCD TVs, which I use. So how would that actually work? Would it just shrink it? I would imagine it would be. But no, I must admit, I've not. The last time I played, I had these machines plugged into an old style TV. It was when I had it was a 32-inch CRT, but I got rid of that, I don't know, 2002, something like that. So I can't say I have, Kev. Thirdly, have you ever caught yourself doing some task around the house and thought you should maybe film it in case it would make some funny content for your channel? I probably have. You know what I mean? When you make kind of content for people to watch, you're always trying to think of new ideas and, you know, things that you could record. And sometimes I'll be doing something, whether I'm in the car, I'll just get the camera and go, and I'll balance it against the sort of control panel and start talking. And then it'll be after 10 minutes, I'll think to myself, that is just crap, and I give up. But yeah, I'm always trying to think of daft things to do, but it's never really, I don't think there's anything I've actually done that's actually made it into a video as such. But yeah, I mean, you've always got to try and think about new ideas, try and keep the old channel fresh. Has there been anything, Kev, that you've been doing? I know, I mean, your sort of YouTube channel is a lot more diverse than mine's. I mean, mine's is about video games. You know, I do have different kind of features, but predominantly it is all about video games, whereas your channel, you've got a lot more stuff. So I'm guessing that kind of thing would be something that would probably work better for you, because you've got some real obscure but interesting ideas. And finally, assuming you haven't already discussed this in the main waffle, what are your closing thoughts on the year we've just had? Well, I've already kind of mentioned that, Kev. Like I said, from a personal point of view, it's not been a bad year. There's not been anything dramatic's happened. Yeah, I think from an overall world point of view, it's probably not been a great year for lots and lots of people for lots and lots of different reasons. Is it going to improve? I hope so, but we don't really know. But anyway, Kev, thanks for your questions, mate. And finally, Mr. Batman, I had recently bought an SD2 IEC for my Commodore 64 C16 and plus 4. My question is, what are your thoughts on this device? Do you own one? I'm guessing you do. And also, what are your favourite Commodore 64 games in the following genres: racing, shoot 'em up, platform, and beat 'em up? I did own one of these. What's it called again? SD2 IEC. I think I owned one of these. I think I did, or is it something else? I can't remember what it was called. I did own a device for the C64, and it would let you load like disc images. The only problem was it was extremely slow. I did eventually kind of solve the problem. I got a thing called, what is it? It's another chip that you put in, and it gives it additional basic commands. What on earth is it called again? I can't remember, doesn't matter. But it's an extra chip that I put in, and that did speed it up. It did load games a lot quicker. But I did get, was it last year, the year before, I got myself the Ultimate 2 cartridge, which it literally is the best thing you can get for a Commodore 64. You know, you can use it with a proper disk drive. It'll emulate cartridges, so you've got quick loading. It will load D64 images, it'll load tap images, it'll load cartridge images, it'll load is it T64 images. You know, it does everything. It emulates a tape drive, it emulates a disk drive. It's absolutely fantastic. And obviously everything goes in the SD card. So the only thing with that is it's only one guy that makes them, and there's a bit of a kind of queue to get them. But if you're serious about wanting the best sort of SD solution thing for the Commodore 64, I'm presuming it'd work with the C16 and plus 4. I mean, it plugs into the cartridge slot, then you've got a little cable that plugs into the tape drive. But absolutely brilliant, you know, thoroughly recommend it. What I'll do is I'll put a wee link to it up there. I did do a review of it quite a while ago. So yeah, and to answer the second part of your question, favourite Commodore 64 racing, I'm trying to think. I mean, one of my favourite racing games was Racing Destruction Set, which was kind of more like Skeletrix. I'm just trying to think. It would probably be the one that I played the most. It would probably have to be Pit Stop 2. I think. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else racing wise. I mean, there's lots of games. I used to play the original Pole Position. I used to think that was pretty good. Super Psycho was really good as well. Really professional, real arcade like. Nah, I think Pole Position 2 was probably my most played racing game. Favourite shoot 'em up? Oh, blimey. I mean, one of the ones that I played a lot was called Galaxy, and it was quite a basic Galaxian or Galaga clone. You know, you even got a little when the big kind of baddie comes down, it's got this little tractor beam as well. I played that a lot. As much as I liked Delta and Sanction, I mean, they were, you know, technically they were really impressive games. I always found them, I don't know, too difficult. I always felt they were more like memory games. You had to play over and over again to know what was coming. So yeah, they were technically very proficient. Another game that I loved, and again it's a really, really old game, but it's a great game, is Beam Rider by Activision Software. It's as basic as you could possibly hope for. It's a really old game. I think it came out in 1983, but it's just pure shoot 'em up. You get into the zone when you're playing it. It's quite easy as well, but just a wonderful, wonderful game. So yeah, I think probably Beam Rider or Galaxy, both two really old games, unfortunately. But yeah, platform. Favourite platform game in the C64. I mean, I loved Bruce Lee. I've always thought that it hasn't aged that particularly well. It's quite a boring game now, but I did play a lot of Bruce Lee back in the day. I loved it to bits. I think my favourite platform game would have to be probably Bounty Bob Strikes Back. It's an amazingly playable game. It's got some real nice features. Again, graphically wise, it's pretty shite, but it's got playability in the bucket load. So yeah, I think Miner 2049 would have to be my favourite platform one. And finally, my favourite beat 'em up. Well, that's an easy one. It's going to be Exploding Fist. I know a lot of people say that International Karate, or is it IK Plus, I think it is, it's technically more proficient, and it is. It's probably a better game. But to me, I think I'll always like the original Way of the Exploding Fist, because it was a game that when I read the review in Zap, and it just looked incredible, and I remember buying it, and I spent a whole summer, me and my mates, playing this game. The music will forever be etched in my brain. It's amazing music. The animation's great. It looks fantastic. Yeah, I know there's the one move way, or the what do you call it, the leg sweep. You can defeat the game using the old leg sweep. Pardon me. But as far as beat 'em ups go, it's a fantastic game. And like I said, yeah, International Karate did come out after it. Probably is a better game, but I will always enjoy Way of the Exploding Fist. So anyway, guys, listen, that is it. That is all my questions. Thank you very much to everybody that's taking time to ask a question. Like I says, guys, I'm going to put the answers to the quiz, last week's quiz, in the description below. I just really want to take the opportunity to thank everybody for who supported the channel, not just this year, but since I started. Your support has been amazing. I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but if it wasn't for the interaction with you guys, I don't know whether I would continue to do this. I mean, there's been times, especially with the job, it takes a lot out of me, and there have been times this year in particular where finding the time to make content has been particularly difficult. And there's been a few times where I've thought to myself, maybe I should wrap up YouTube for a wee while. Maybe give it a rest for a wee while. But it keeps dragging me back. I don't want to do that. I still enjoy doing it. Yeah, it could get to a point where what do you call it? Making videos does become more difficult. One thing I will say, and I've been trying so hard to do it, and I've always prided myself on doing this, and it's answering comments. I've always made a conscious effort to reply to every comment. I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes somebody will just make a statement and I'll give it a thumbs up, but I've always tried to acknowledge every single comment. In probably the last 6 months, there seems to be a lot more comments coming in, which is great, and I do read them all, I promise you that. But there have been times where maybe for a couple of weeks I'm not able to respond to comments, and then when I do go in to respond to them, it can take me quite a long time, and it's I'm conscious of sometimes thinking, what am I going to put in, what am I going to reply. So what I will say, guys, is it might get to a point where I don't reply to comments, and it's not because I don't appreciate you taking time to comment, but sometimes it's you know, trying to find the time to make the videos is hard enough, and trying to find the time to reply to comments as well does get more difficult. So please don't think bad of me if I don't reply to comments all the time. I mean, I'm still doing it. What I should really do is do it on a daily basis, so that it doesn't become, you know, I don't get a backlog of them. But yeah, that's the only thing that may change. Like I said, if there's any kind of thing you'd like to see me do, I mean, because my wife's changed jobs, I've got to rely on having, although I've got the computer back again with my daughter being upstairs, to do a live stream I need to have complete peace and quiet. I can't afford to have anybody in the house. And because my wife has got a different job now, she doesn't work weekends anymore, so getting a live stream out is more difficult. I really do want to do another live stream. I think the last one I did was October. I've done 2 so far. Both are really, really good fun. I will try and get one done at some point, because that was good fun. But yeah, listen, that is it, guys. Like I said, thank you very much to all the support, all the comments, all the thumbs up, thumbs down, ideas you guys have given me. It is very much appreciated. Just want to say, I hope you all have a very, very great new year. I wish you all the luck in the world for 2018. Please continue to keep supporting the channel, guys. And as usual, thank you very much for watching.